Now, this week I thought that we could start off by singing Jingle Bells or We Wish You a Merry Christmas or something so that we could do that as an intro.
But my voice isn't trained for that kind of thing. It's
No,
all
it doesn't
How many
matter.
small British children can we get to sing Jingle Bells at the same time?
see,
though?
that would be
way better.
yeah.
No.
I mean,
And I don't even know the words.
we've got the
I'm
International
ashamed
Night
to
Demon
say.
Choir all ready for us.
This
And
isn't
willing.
Scrooge. This isn't a Christmas Carol.
No, that kind of attitude, it's not.
Well, I mean, it wasn't Scrooge anyway. You have lots of tiny people in your home, which would have sounded way better.
Shall I start singing first and then you guys can join in?
I don't know the words. I was actually being serious.
No, but we could just sing We Wish You a Merry Christmas.
No one wants
Those
to
are
hear
the
us
only
sing.
words I know to that song. So when you go to jump choruses, I won't know what's going on.
No, we just go, We wish you a Merry Christmas. We wish you a Merry Christmas. We wish you a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year.
And
That's
that's it.
Yeah, go on.
Are you sure?
You can do it. Yeah.
So
Come
what,
on, you
wanna-
two.
You want to go like 3 rounds? You do the first chorus, and then I jump in on the second, and Peroty jumps in on the third.
Somebody else jump in.
It's more fun this way.
Right?
No, it's not fun.
Look, I'm not saying that everything that you think is wrong, but you should know that this isn't going to play out the way you want it to.
Right, I give up then.
Welcome to Two Titans and a Hunter, a Destiny 2 podcast. A show where we discuss tips, tricks and tools to help all Guardians succeed and enjoy playing more. What makes us different? Well, we're not streamers or YouTubers, we just have a passion for Destiny and are dedicated to keeping Guardians informed and up to date with all the latest Destiny 2 news, information and opinions. We encourage your questions and feedback, and you can contact us either by email, twotitansandahunter@hotmail.com, or on Twitter at 2titans_hunter. Now, on with the show.
So what did everybody get Saint 14 for Christmas?
Oh, well, hold on. Before we get on to that, hold on. Like I was talking about earlier, Night Demon's casual Destiny 2 alternate personality got real life cookies, and he didn't share with anybody. Did you see that? Yeah, even the wife. Did you hear the wife? Yes. That's ridiculous. Bungie sent him real life.
I did not get cookies.
Anybody.
I didn't.
You know
get
why?
Cookies.
Because you didn't go to the London event. It was right there in London. You could have gone, but you didn't go.
Yeah.
So no cookies for you.
I wonder if Houndish did go to that.
Said, you gotta share the cookies, man.
He says he wonders like he wasn't there getting them himself. But seriously, Guardian and Kingsley and Sin, you need to have Houndish on. This needs to happen. This needs to be a thing. Everyone, please tweet at Houndish. Let him know he needs to come on and clear the air that he is not actually Night Demon.
But that's not going to happen because they are in fact the same person.
No,
exactly. And the longer it doesn't happen, the more and more it's true. Clearly,
I mean, look. All these excuses he's made, and we've still never seen and or heard them in the same place. And even if we did hear them in the same place, it wouldn't matter because we know the magic of editing, right? So we have to physically see them both in the same place in order for me to believe it. And then even then, you got to worry about doppelgangers and DNA strands and all that other stuff too. So
all I'm saying is Night Demon once took Panoramix 18 and I to the tower. To his tower, he was the host. Mm-hmm. Then he left before he got to the tower. And when we got there, who did we find? Houndish. And who do we dance next to and send messages to? Houndish. So again, never seen in the same place at the same time together.
It's a small country.
He's seen Houndish in games, but I've never seen video of this.
How come you can't find him and get a selfie with the two of you, huh?
I did. I found Houndish in a game once, and I killed him over and over again, and I made a video.
No.
And the video is
killing you. We know how that played out already.
It could have been the other way around.
Well, I mean, you each killed each other because it's the same thing. So, I mean, jumping off the map doesn't really count as you killing each other. Sorry, buddy.
Anyway, welcome to Two Titans and a Hunter, a Christmas podcast.
Where we're going to talk about all your Christmas
Night
needs.
Demon, not Houndish, joined by Respawn and Peroty as usual. And we're going to try and get through this extremely quickly. I know every time that I say this, it always goes downhill and it doesn't go very quickly.
Yes, you never say very quick. That's the kiss of death right there. Never say it'll be quick.
Also, I love the fact that he had to point out that this, in fact, was not Houndish. Mr. We don't sound the same. Had to point out that this is not Houndish.
We do
that
not
this
sound
is
the
in
same.
fact Night Demon.
No, okay, look. I'll say, what's up, guys? It sounds nothing like Houndish.
Well, I can make myself sound different too. You say, "What's up, guys?" See, it's totally not Respawn. See?
No, that definitely was Respawn. I've played with you with that voice.
Same voice, accurate.
Wait a second.
See, besides, it goes, "What's up, guys? Houndish here, and I've got new videos for you today."
See, that
We're
sounds
going to the tower to talk about Saint
different.
14.
Right.
Nobody's
that
here for the
definitely
Houndish. Nobody's here for Houndish impressions.
I'm here for them.
No, you're not.
I mean, I could stand to hear a little more. I mean, we're all being honest here.
What's up, guys? We've got hotfix 2.7.1 overview inbound. We have combat systems that have been updated. It's just all going to get edited out anyway, so it really doesn't matter.
No, it's not.
No, it's really not. No, if it has to stay in when I make an ass out of myself, it has to stay in when you do the same.
If I could keep it up, I would try, but I don't think I could actually get through this. The whole thing.
Peroty started off telling you, you've got a hotfix 2.7.1 that went live at the beginning of this week. Very sneak patch, wasn't it? Where we had combat systems that were fixed. They fixed an issue where the dynamo mods that were granting more super energy than expected. So
a lot more.
A lot more. So this was the mods that were blocked very, very quickly. I think it was about 2 hours after it was posted on YouTube. So you should now be able to equip your dynamo mods and get normal amounts of super energy.
It was awkwardly quick, wasn't it? The fact that, I mean, by the time I even saw that video, it was already patched. That was ridiculously fast.
And I believe, Fireteam Chat mentioned it this week as well, because they did an earlier podcast, and they were saying there's been a hell of a lot of bugs this season. Just this season, as soon as they patched it, it went out. There's error after error, and there's so many bugs.
Yeah, and I want to talk to you guys a little bit about that later on. Just about the rate of content, and it's the bugs that were fixed that have now come back and reared their ugly heads again. But
I know what you're going to say. So they've also fixed an issue where swapping between hand cannons with explosive rounds could result in higher damage than intended. Oh, another sad one. We'll pour one out for that. So Respawn, this was the one where you could swap with explosive rounds and explosive payload.
Yeah.
And you weren't going to do it, were you? Did you try it at all?
No, I didn't try it.
No. It was good fun. But me being not the best PvP player, I'd probably get about 2 kills and then die. So I was forever constantly swapping backwards and forwards. The fixed role of the Pyro class Flow no longer has tap the trigger as a perk. So this is the
rocket launcher?
Oh, okay. This is the rocket launcher.
Yeah, it's a rocket launcher that's on the season pass that has tracking on it. But you have to read the little, flavor text thing to realize it has tracking on it. Because I wasn't going to use it, but it's been fun to use this week. But I guess it had tapped the trigger and now doesn't.
Yeah, that's always funny. Tap the trigger on a rocket launcher. It's like, I mean, you're only going to tap the trigger the one time, so I guess it works.
All it takes is one tap. That's all you need to do.
You just need the one.
I don't understand that. Why put the perk on there and then fix it so that it no longer has it on there? Surely this went through testing and somebody went, what are we going to give this new rocket launcher?
Tap the trigger, firmly planted, hip fire grip. I mean, so many things.
So they've fixed an issue where the Symmetry's Arc Seekers would unintentionally stagger unstoppable champions. So this was the bug where they said that it shouldn't have had that perk on it, but there'll be another exotic coming later on in the season, this season, that has got that perk on it. So this was something that wasn't meant to ship.
I thought it was supposed to be like that, man.
I think everyone did.
That was the only saving grace for me for that gun, and that wasn't even like a real saving grace.
But it's a super nice way to get your groups of 3 scout rifle kills. Just put that revolution mode on and sit back like you came with a Skyburner's Oath. But it still is not a great gun. It wants to be. It has aspirations. It's like Rennie Throwing Knife's younger brother, who's not quite there yet, and came out a little wonky.
Mm-hmm.
And
I was just say, do you need a moment, Night Demon? Should I pull up the memorial video for this bug fix? Because I know this is near and dear to your heart.
I couldn't do it. Oh, well, I did do it in the end, but I couldn't really do it on any bosses and things. But yeah, so they fixed an issue where the finisher could yeet bosses off the map and cause other shenanigans. So that's glitching through walls and things like that. So yes, that sadly has now been patched. So if you've been trying to do that this week and didn't realize it, yes, it's been patched.
Did you find the video from Squirrel Lock Holmes and put that in the show notes as well for the people who could see what they could have done and now can't anymore?
Yes, that was a couple of weeks back. Actually, I don't think you weren't on that one.
No, the video was there, but he made a memorial video now too.
I see. Okay. Now I'm going to have to include that in the notes. Activities. They fixed an issue where attempting to launch the Forsaken Barons adventure would cause honeydew errors. Okay. Resonant Stem. The escalation protocol chests and other impacted rewards will now be granted properly. Will they? Has anyone tried that?
I haven't tried it.
Okay.
The Resonant Stems definitely were broken, but yeah, I haven't tried the EP chest or the Resonant Stem since they allegedly patched them.
Okay. And they've also fixed an issue where some sundial rewards could be infused without dismantling the item. So this is where you had the doubling up glitch.
But she's liking that a lot.
Yeah.
Easy come, easy go.
Eververse, they fixed an issue where the Sunbreaker armor ornament bundle could still be purchased at full price, even if some items were already owned. So now you should get your discount. Hoorah.
Yay.
And PC video settings now save correctly and do not get reset when launching the game. And that is your update, hotfix 2.7.1.
Something or other, yeah.
So, but you know what they didn't fix still? The Doomfang pauldrons still very broken.
Shush! I have a video for that. Don't tell them.
I'm telling the people now so they can go enjoy it if they need a whole bunch of wood kills.
Just don't tell the Bungies.
What? Bungie doesn't listen to the show. It's fine.
That works. You got some snitches out there, man. Got some snitches. And you know what happens to snitches? You know what snitches get? Snitches get rewarded for their good behavior.
Void shields to the face from the Doomfang pauldron.
Oh gosh, darn it.
Well, hopefully nothing will happen because they're on holiday for 2 weeks. Is what they're basically saying at the beginning of this week at Bungie for November 19th. Not November, December 19th. 2019. So the upcoming events...
Fixing the timeline this season. You can't go and re-break the timeline. We're fixing it. It's still December.
Yes. Upcoming events this week. We have Christmas. I know it's not on their roadmap at all, but it's Christmas for most of the world. And that starts on December 24th at Reset. And guess what? Oz get it on the 25th. And we have the Dawning Week 2, the Sundial. Now, Respawn, this is where you get your third boss. You know, you weren't happy about your bosses. You get your third boss. Tazarok, the Sun Eater.
The Sun Eater. Hey, let's be honest. That's a cool name. I'm a little jealous of the name.
What should we guess at what his special ability is going to be? Is it going to be raining down fire? Maybe like the guy this week that rains down arc? Possibly.
Maybe
and then we have
the sun and everybody loses. I mean,
possibly. Maybe you have to be in the bubble to survive.
There's a sparrow race. Hear me out. There's a sparrow race and there's a sun behind you. Sparrow Racing League is coming back because it's just a race this week. You load the sundial, you hop on your sparrow, and that's it.
Somebody's going to believe you. Shh, don't tell people lies.
Hey, it's not a lie. It could be true. You don't know.
We've been
14 is here.
No,
it's only a lie if you know that it's false.
We've been in the same room for the last two bosses. I'm guaranteeing that it's going to be in the same room with a different boss.
See, now you've guaranteed it. Now what happens?
Not unless they broke it.
Does that make you a liar? Huh? Are you now the liar?
Not unless 2.7.01 broke the third boss room, and the Vex that gets squished by the Cabal boss of the Strike, he shows up instead and says, "Ha ha, I'm back."
No.
Because he has also fixed the timeline.
Also this week, we have the Iron Banner returning for the first time this season with double XP for Crucible. And this begins at 9 a.m. Pacific, midday for Eastern Standard Time, 5 p.m. UK on the 24th of December 2019, and 4 a.m. in Oz on the 25th. Merry Christmas, Oz.
As in the land of?
The land of Oz.
Mhm.
The land down under.
The wonderful, wonderful Wizard of?
Mm.
Where the Lollipop Guild is, yes.
Don't get my hopes up.
Unfortunately, Iron Banner must come to an end, so
Hold on, let me stop you. Did that happen for you too, Peroty?
Yep. I'm going to assume Craig got that because we got the Iron Banner must come to an end, and it comes to an end. And then you've roboted out.
You faded out, yeah. As soon as
I was about to say,
nope.
as did Night Demon's audio, Craig's patience with us, and the year itself.
Okay. So Iron Banner must come to an end on 9 a.m. Pacific on December 31st, 2019, and in the future, down under.
Yeah. That may not even exist. We may not ever get to 2020.
Yeah, the Millennium Bug may hit.
Mm-hmm. Respawn, you really want to start a fight. Is this the end of the decade? Or is it next year is the end of the decade? When does the decade actually end?
Sir, first of all, I just want to point out that he's given me cannon fodder for angering people. So if I take the bait, you cannot be mad at me.
This is the kind of stupid nerd debate we want to have.
I'm just saying. There's been cannon fodder, or not cannon fodder. There's been an attempt for me to do something stupid. All right. So if it happens, it's not my fault. Somebody put me up to it.
When it happens. So are you excited about the Armor 2.0 version of the Iron True Age set, 19, or are you still wearing your old armor with the ornaments on it and going, I don't care about the new armor because I can make it look like the old armor and it's just as beautiful?
I'm not sure. I thought we already had this set that it could be put on as ornaments.
Yeah, I can't get excited about this new armor. It's Armor 2.0. I can do things. Yeah, I don't care. I have the samurai set. I saved Saint 14 as a giant pink samurai. That's where we're gonna stand. That's just how life is.
I'm sure I already had it. Iron Will, that's what we want.
Yeah, I couldn't remember if it was the Iron Will set or whatever it is I'm wearing now with all the samurai armor on it. Because honestly, Bungie, who cares?
No,
unless the rolls are going to be halfway decent, it's really a moot point.
I can't preview. I thought we already had access to those as ornaments. I really did.
Well, I know we did, and then they took it away at the beginning of Shadowkeep.
Ah, okay.
Because we had access to all the iron things, and then they said, no, these aren't for you.
Oh, that's why then.
Yeah. Yeah, so you can put the...
Maybe I'm excited then.
Yeah, because you can put the Iron Pledge ornament or the Bread of March Iron Helm on, but I guess the Iron True Age set isn't there as an ornament yet. I still have the old Iron True Age armor from Armor 1.0 days, but again, it doesn't matter. I'm just going to put an ornament on it and make myself look like a samurai. That's all that's going to happen here.
You can have wolves on your shoulders.
I know. I do like the wolves, but I mean, I'm a giant samurai. You're going to have to try harder, Bungie. I still want to be a seashell though. Can't make me a seashell. Not happening.
I really like the Iron Remembrance stuff that we had, which was the brown and gold.
Yeah.
With a little bit of green.
Back in the good old days.
Yeah. That was at the beginning of Forsaken. But yeah, I know what you mean. No, I haven't got any of the Iron Trade stuff. I think I must have dismantled it.
Yeah, I mean, I am excited to have giant antlers again, but the rest of it I could sort of do without. Anyway, this has been your deep dive into Iron Banner armor chat. While Respawn has some sort of Discord slap fight with somebody else. I don't know what's happening over there.
No. He said he thinks that there's going to be a rant this week, and I said no, there's no rant, but there's going to be some singing. There's no slap fight, just information.
Are you doing more singing this week then? What other renditions are you going to give us?
Nothing on purpose, but I was referring to the to the jingle in the beginning. I mean, I don't know. I don't know. Lots of times, whenever I come up with a song, it's a complete surprise to me. So,
Yeah.
So there you go. Perfect. As it should be. So are they changing anything? I see. The seasonal pursuit will turn this armor will work similar to last season, which means they're going to have one thing that's really stupidly long and obnoxious to do.
No.
And they're going to say they fixed it, and they're not going to have fixed it.
No,
and
I've listed your steps.
No, see, you've listed the steps, but did you get the step that says where the text, the icon, and the actual achievement you need to do are all different?
No.
Like, I mean, step 1, it does say, light the fires at any time during Season 9, defeat opponents, capture zones, and land final super blows in the Iron Banner. It could be, don't capture a single zone, don't defeat an opponent, and not land a single super final blow. Because things are hard.
They say that it's similar to last season. So last season was the same kind of thing, where you captured zones and then you had to get kills with certain weapons or abilities. And it sounds like it's the same. And the capture the zones went up every time that you did a step. So it was 10, then 20, then 30, then 40, and then 50. And originally, when it first came out, we thought, oh my God, you've got to do 10 for the first step, and then you've got to do 20 for the next. But it's not. It's 10 for the first step, then add another 10 to do the next step, then add another 10 so that you eventually do 50. But
which is
the kills are different this time. There's
which we are very happy about, Bungie.
Yeah. So you have part of the quest is called Iron Sights, and you have step 1 is light the fires. At any time during Season 9, defeat opponents, capture zones, and land super final blows in the Iron Banner. Step 2 is at any time during Season 9, complete matches, capture zones, and land final blows using scout rifles in the Iron Banner. Step 3 is pump iron, which is the same kind of steps, but land final blows with shotguns. Death metal, again, capture zones, final blows with hand cannons. And then Iron Rain, capture zones, play matches, and land final blows using rocket launchers. So you'll know what step somebody's on when they're using what specific weapon. And then step 6, Iron Cast, return to Lord Saladin. And then that will unlock the armor for every part. So I think, wasn't it step 1, you got the butt capes?
I don't remember the order of it now. Yeah, each step will unlock a part of the armor set. And these are character based, so you'll need to do them 3 times if you want the armor on your 3 characters. And then once you have it, you can then do the bounty for playing whatever amount of games it is with a full armor set on.
No, yeah, that's a triumph. Every season they do
a triumph, not bounty.
A triumph where you have to play, you have to have the full set, you wear the full set, you play 5 games, and you have to kill 50 opponents wearing the whole set. Now, it's a 0 triumph score, but every season they put it in there. So, might be something that you go for, might be nothing. So.
And it's worth noting that the 7 bounties are offering your pinnacle rewards, which is 970 power level for this season, but only 4 are available per event. So, again, there's presumably 3 Iron Banners. They'll work through the 7 different bounties they have, so you can get some nice 970 gear out of Iron Banner, as well as some pretty gear that you can put ornaments on.
And that's for each character you'll get 4, so it's not just 4 for the whole account.
Right, and then we have some bad news for you bow fans out there. So if you were paying close attention, yep, insert audio things pouring here. So if you were paying close attention to the Season of Dawn calendar, which I wasn't, I don't know if you guys were, you may have noticed an Iron Banner themed bow. The image will also show up in the director dialogue in the game when the Iron Banner starts next week. So we're going to taunt you with it, but we were hoping to have it available this season, but it had to be pushed to Season 10. Sorry about the delay, but we wanted to mention it. So you're going to see a bow. They're going to talk about a bow. There's a picture of a bow. You can't have the bow. Not this Iron Banner, not the next Iron Banner, not the 3rd Iron Banner, but next season you'll have the Iron Banner bow available to you. So, sorry, bow fans. You don't get it. You'll have to go back to your sweet bowness with your hush.
Well, I mean, to be honest, I mean, I didn't see what the bow bonuses had anyway to know what I'm missing out on. But the fact that they messed up a bow and we can't get it's a bow, dude. Like, how did you mess that up, Bungie? Was it like firing 9,000 shots at once? I
And
mean,
why are there no exotic catalysts for bows?
Because the Wish Ender is the one true bow, and you don't need any other bow anymore. Delete the rest of your bows. Only use a Wish Ender. I'm not going to tell you why. I'm just saying it's the one true bow. It just conquered all other bows.
Respawn, why don't you use this opportunity to express your views about not having bow catalysts?
I've already expressed those views. And the thing about the bow catalyst is we're supposed to be getting some. I'm holding out that we're supposed to be getting some. I don't know why we don't have them yet. I don't know why they said, hey, guys, we got bow catalysts coming. When? Where? How many? For which ones? I need to know. Actually, I do know. Why aren't they here yet? Is my question, I should say. Yeah?
You get some nice bow stuff on the artifact this season, though.
I do, yes. And the Hush has been eviscerating enemies with this thing. Yeah. So I don't want to say happy with this artifact, but the fact that now I have a legitimate reason to use a bow without people berating me for it is a nice feeling.
Well, I mean, I'm not sure you still have a reason, and people are still going to berate you for it. But hey, it's something.
No, I have a reason. Okay, don't take this. Don't stop it. Stop it. I have a reason without people berating me.
Fair enough. And don't forget that this is the one mode in all of PvP land that your power actually matters. So bring your prettiest, fanciest, most decorated, highest light level gear into the Iron Banner.
Not pretty. Highest
pretty,
light.
No, pretty and highest light. You have ornaments. You can make anything pretty now.
85% of Destiny. Okay.
Yeah. We have ornaments now. It doesn't matter what your actual armor piece is. You can make it pretty. If you're not making it pretty, you're just not trying.
Yeah.
Maybe this should be one of those musical episodes where every now and then we break into song. I feel pretty.
Oh, so pretty. Running through the Iron Banner.
I'm not going to do it.
Throwing grenades and murdering everyone.
Nope. Punching all the hunters everywhere I go. Ha 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 ha.
Oh, so I speaking of punching people and running through Iron Banner, we're not going to do that come February, but we are going to do that in Crucible Crimson Doubles. Pan and I have already coordinated our outfits, gotten our sweet businesses together, and our dual grenade arc builds.
You're both Titans who wear pink shaders.
Precisely, coordinated outfits with the Iron Banner samurai gear. Because nothing is better than having two Titans throwing double grenades with sweet businesses just running around after you in Crimson Doubles.
If you wore the seashell Iron Banner armor, that might be more of a statement.
No, the sea. No, we are not kings of the sea. We don't live down by the sea. We don't like a better downward sweater.
It would make more of a statement.
Slightly going back just to the Iron Banner, they've also made a change to the Arsenal of Tricks bounty. So this is where you had to get ability final blows. So this is the one where it was a bit more of a pain for the hunters, having to get final blows with melees, where it took about 10 punches to take down a Titan. That's now been reduced by half. So you've only got to punch half the amount of times this time. And throw half the amount of grenades.
You just have to throw your one-hit kill throwing knives at them. That's all you have to do now, hunters.
Yes. You've got enough time to practice.
They gave you the means and the method to do so. So go forth and throw throwing knives.
Look, honestly speaking, that throwing knife is kind of baller.
Mm-hmm. See, like I said, you're all set now. You have all the tools you need. If you can't get it done, get good, scrubs. Sorry.
I still honestly believe it probably shouldn't have the wind-up time that it does. But other than that, I think I'm okay.
Oh, good.
See, because the fashion game is important. You have to fashionably throw the knife to get your one-hit kill.
You do have to. Fashion is important. That's a true statement. If you're not doing fashion, you're not doing something right.
Exactly. Why even bother?
And talking about not doing something right, Peroty has some known issues to go through.
Boy, do we ever. So after we talk about the broken game that they fixed, here's the broken game that's still broken. So the EDZ Obelisk, guys, listen. The EDZ Obelisk, it just needs some time. It just needs some time alone. to think about its life as an obelisk, to do some meditation, to do some breathing exercises. It's had a rough time of things. So sometimes it just doesn't want to talk to you. It doesn't care if you leave the area and come back in. It doesn't care if you go to orbit and come back. It doesn't care if you zone into a different area completely, bring your sparrow in and try to talk to it. It's tired of you and will not speak to you.
This is a way of Bungie delaying
on it.
progress for every Guardian.
Exactly. So, again, there have been a number of sort of workarounds. Sometimes people have said, zone back into the same zone again. You can get there, leave the area and come back, zone into a different area and come back. My method was, okay, it's broken yesterday, turn the Xbox off, go to bed, come back the next day, go to the obelisk, and then it would talk to me. So it seems to be hit or miss whether it works or doesn't work. There is like an actual help article about clearing your cache and all that, but they're aware of it. It's really hit and miss whether it works or not. I think I was talking to Jackley, and he said at one point it worked and he could talk to it. Then the next time he went back to it, like in the same moment, it wouldn't anymore. So
yeah, I did half of those steps. I went to it. It didn't work. I just turned the Xbox off. I haven't been back. I might go back.
See, you're giving it time to think about its new life on the EDZ. Maybe it doesn't want to be there. Maybe it had a rough childhood. You don't know.
I think it's in league with my wife. I think that both of them have got together and went, no, you don't need to play this game. That's it.
Mm-hmm. You are now time limited by the entire EDZ.
Yeah.
We also have the Green with Envy and the Heart of the Dragon quest. Sometimes they don't update while playing Gambit or Crucible matches, respectively. So if you're trying to get those things done, you can't. So, sorry. And here's one that we ran into in Gambit yesterday. So if you're going for the Green with Envy quest, you're going to need to reach the Mythic Infamy rank, not the Fabled Infamy rank like it says on the quest itself. So if you've hit Fabled and are confused as to why you don't have the quest done yet, you need to get to Mythic Infamy to get your Green with Envy quest done. And while this may not be out by the time this week is over, there is currently, as we speak, double Infamy in Gambit. So you should have done it last week if you're listening to this week. Sad for you. Sorry.
Also, can I add to that
No, you can't.
No. It was noted on Reddit by Danny, I think it's Danny Says. Danny Says on Reddit has said resetting Gambit Infamy removes the heroic from the Python quest. So basically, you hit that pinnacle part of the quest, and it will remove it once you've reset your Gambit Infamy. And DMG did respond saying, "Thanks for the report. I'll pass it along to the player support team for investigation. So don't reset your infamy."
Good to know. That's very exciting. Yeah, I've gotten that done now, so I don't have to care about it anymore. But yeah, Jacqueline and Pony and I were playing Gambit and hitting Fabled, or like, okay, Fabled 1, Fabled 2, Fabled 3, okay, clearly something's broken, so we just kept going, and yeah, once you hit Mythic, it works. Warlocks, you can't blink jump after switching weapons or canceling sprint. Sorry. Players who accept or complete a quest from Osiris will need to back out of his menu entirely and interact with him again and again and again to continue picking up other quests. This must be repeated for every quest you pick up. Again, he's very antisocial. He's been in the timeline. He doesn't want to talk to you. And once again, friends, that flashing icon appearing over Tess Everest's head in the tower, it's still there. So she doesn't want to talk to you. She has nothing for you. It's so broken. Although, again, Polar Bear Sparrow, and there's a snow globe that's a ghost. I'm waiting for it to be available for Bright Test, because they will be mine. And that's our known issues at the moment. There's many other known issues, but we'll find out about those later. And I have to say, guys, the Eververse plan is working. I mean, not as well as they'd hoped.
Wait, what?
The Eververse plan is working. Because Pan and I were playing a game of Team Scorch the other day, and we saw a man who had beautiful horns on his helmet, and I was like, "Where did he get those? Those look amazing." We're like looking at the helmet, going, "Okay, I have that helmet, but I don't have that. I don't have the ornament. Where did he find them?" So Pan sends him a message, and he's like, "Bought it from Eververse." I was like, "Oh, well." So I haven't spent the money to get the beautiful horns on my helmet, so I could be a glorious ram, but it was really tempting. So, their plan is working to put the pretty out there into the game and make everyone go, "I want the pretty." And now we're going to have Respawn talk to the next hour about all his additional news and information.
Okay.
While 19 and I kick back, take a break, and go down to the pub.
Yep, go to the pub. Yeah, there you So Cosmo has stated that on black screens before a Crucible match, we are definitely not sending players to a black screen in order to improve load times. Additionally, the black screen is not a sign of increased load times. Here's the gist of what's going on. In 2.6.1, we introduced a bug. I love how he says introduced. Hi, this is a bug. Guess what you can do? We introduced a bug that let players leave space flight earlier than intended. The players that leave space flight early still need to wait for every other player to finish loading before playing the intro cinematic. So they see the black screen, which understandably feels like something is wrong. We're still working to fix it, and it will be deployed in a future update, meaning the fix, not the bug. Bug's already here. Enjoy the bug. Prior to 2.6.1, you remained in spaceflight while waiting for other players to finish loading. Once every player had loaded, all players would proceed to the black screen at the same time, followed by the intro cinematic. We are still working on the fix, and it will be deployed in a future update. There's a Reddit link and a forums link. They're investigating the issue with switching weapons and sprinting affecting blink. We already discussed that. Moving on. They're investigating the problem where symmetry stops shooting when pressing trigger and holding. Having a hard time reproducing this internally at the moment, but they're looking into it. There's a Reddit link for that as well. They are working on the issue with Banshee's weekly bounties. There's a Twitter link. I'm not looking at it. Give your thoughts about Erentil's range. Here's a link here that just says here.
It has too much range. Don't do it.
No, I love that gun actually.
And the Banshee link is about players could purchase Banshee's weekly bounties more than once a week, so they're working on that.
They should leave it alone, personally, but whatever. On matchmaking and endgame activities, currently higher tier activities do not have matchmaking enabled because a certain amount of teamwork and coordination are required to complete them. Raids require the most coordination, and then the higher tier ordeal and nightmare hunts require players to make sure that they are setting their loadouts to account for different champions they will face. I'll continue to let the team know that you would like in-game matchmaking enabled and or end-game LFG system added in the future. They should definitely do an LFG feature, but I do not want a matchmaking for a raid. No.
That sounds largely horrible.
Yes. LFG, great. Matchmaking, no. They've added new Bright Dust acquisition sources to the Dawning to let players be able to earn more of the currency and be able to pick up some of their favorite items from the Eververse store. Cosmo will definitely continue to pass on the feedback on the Bright Dust economy that players would like to have more sources of Bright Dust or revert back to the old way of accruing Bright Dust by dismantling items. That was a really long sentence. There's a Reddit link for that. Cosmo is not trying to tell players it's enough. Just giving info on what has been done so far, and they will continue to give feedback to the team that players want the Bright Dust economy to be changed.
So since the next bunch more are about, more Bright Dust, have you guys played enough to see any of those changes? Do you feel like it's working, not working?
No,
Do you have
I
any
don't
Bright Dust?
think it's working. I really don't think it's working because I hardly ever buy anything with Bright Dust. I'm a silver kind of guy. Sorry, shut up. And I hardly ever spend Bright Dust, right? So I just accrue it and I accrue it and I accrue it. And then I'll buy one Sparrow with Bright Dust that came out. I forgot what Sparrow it was, but I bought the one exotic Sparrow. And my Bright Dust was gone. It's like, I haven't used Bright Dust in a month and a half. And this is all that I've required is one Sparrow's worth of Bright Dust. So I would say as a rule, no, it's not working.
I do prefer the old way, to be honest, because you have to remember to go and pick up the bounties. You have to then make sure that you're doing the right, event to actually get those bounties completed. Whereas before, you could just play the game and the engrams would drop. And then if you wanted to keep the thing, you'd kept it. If you didn't, you dismantled it. You wouldn't have to jump through hoops to get 10 Bright Dust. It was... You get an engram, and the minimum that you got from it was like maybe 100, and you didn't mind that for just playing the game.
Yeah, and with our slots already, well, I say we, my slots already being taken up by a lot of other bounties for doing other things in the game. Me having to go out and get a bounty for Eververse, it's an annoyance more than anything else. You know, it's like, hey, I don't have enough room for Eververse bounties. What do I want to sacrifice? Nothing. Oh, well, then I guess I'm not getting Eververse bounties. You know, and it should not be in bounty form. It should just be like a passive thing that just kind of exists. You know?
Yeah, I mean, I definitely agree with you both. The older system was better, hands down. Although that being said, I appreciate the changes to the system where at least they've given the gunsmith and the events bounties to earn bright dust for. Because I've actually feel like I've been able to pick up the bounties and actually do that. The gunsmith particularly, I enjoy the way that they've implemented that, because usually he'll have, like, you know, say a bow, a scout rifle, and a rocket launcher catalyst. Not catalyst, bounty. If you then pick up his additional one for the bright dust, it's usually like an advanced bow, an advanced scout rifle, an advanced rocket launcher. So it's usually like the same guns he's already given you bounties for. The additional bounties he gives you are for the same weapons. You're not trying to do, one weapon and then switch and then switch and then switch. So that's been a nice sort of way to get some extra bright dust. And again, just giving this event a way to earn bright dust with bounties from that has been super, because if I'm doing this stuff anyway, is I earning bright dust for it. So again, it's still not as good as the old system, but at least it's a step in the right direction. Like I actually have some bright dust, and I've been able to buy a couple things from the store. Again, waiting for that polar bear to come up for bright dust, which is, and I know those sparrows are like 5,000 a piece, so it's a huge chunk, and it could take you weeks to earn that. So yeah, I wish it were the way it was, but at least it's better. It's moving in the right direction.
Well, it wouldn't hurt to actually have it in the engrams as well now.
I'm confused. You said you wish it was better the way it was, but it's better. It's not better. It's worse.
Well,
it's better than when it was even worse than worse.
Okay, it was good. It was good. It got real bad, and they're moving back toward better. They're
making it less bad, not better.
Bungie's doing right. Well, less bad is still better, but yeah, better from where it was before this. Not better from where it was when it was good. But yeah, anyway, I know bright dust continues to be a topic of conversation because the economy is still not there. It's still, if they felt like they were handing out too much before, then just put less up available for bright dust. There's a happy balance here somewhere. I played a lot of hours this week, and I still am not getting. There's still no point to getting sparrows and ships. I just delete them for the glimmer and move on with life. Where before I could get bright dust and things for them, and I appreciated that.
Yeah, but now you don't get an engram every time that you go through an XP level. It's only where you get it on the season pass. So that's why I don't understand why you can't still get it from the engram, because they make sure that you're not getting the engrams every 5 seconds because you're doing some kind of boosting thing. You are having to play and get through like about 10 levels before you get one to drop on the season pass. So
yeah, there's largely no reason to go to Eververse anymore without the bounties being there and without the engrams coming at a decent clip. Great. You add her to the director. I don't remember if she's there. I'll look each Tuesday. We'll see what the new stuff is. See if there's anything worth buying for bright dust. But yeah, besides that, I never really go back. There's just no point to.
Respawn, you may continue.
Are you sure? I mean, we were having this very nice heated discussion. Heated? No, that's not the right word. We were having a discussion. Okay. So, where did I lose off? Okay, other feedback about Bright Dust Academy has been heard, including earning more Bright Dust easier. Reddit link. The players believe that it doesn't help that seasons have gone on and things have started to cost more and more dust. Reddit link. Adding more guaranteed Bright Dust amounts to every X amount of levels in the season past. Reddit link. Feedback to let players pick up 8 weekly bounties at Osiris instead of heading to 4 obelisks every time has been passed along. That is a good idea.
That's a very good idea.
Yeah, I mean,
I didn't think of it.
Especially when it's kill 300 Scorn or go kill 200 Hive or whatever. Let me go to one place to get all these. So if I'm, say, grinding through Gambit with friends, and one of them goes, hey, I have this 300 kill Scorn bounty. I'm going, yeah, I wish I would have had that as we've played Scorn the last, 4 rounds.
Something. But yeah, no, I didn't even think about that. I accepted it as it was, right? And then that's revolutionary. How can you say something so brave and yet so controversial, right?
First time ever.
Right. Okay, so oh god, I skipped too many pages. Hold on. Oh, I skipped a lot of pages.
The next thing's about a Titan, so you're just gonna gloss over it anyway. The fact that
Was I? Hold
the
on.
Sunbreaker bottom tree sometimes does no damage.
Oh.
Apparently, sometimes you can throw a hammer
Why
at
would I
someone
want to
and
skip over that? That seems
nothing
pretty
happens.
amazing. That's like a highlight. Hold on. Where's that at? Let me find that. Hold on.
This is the very bottom of
Why
one of
do you
these
need?
pages.
Why do you need to find
Page,
it? He told
page
you what
4,
it where
very
it is.
bottom.
Yeah, but I want to read it. And
It's the same as what he just said.
Because I go from Osiris, right? And then it says, okay. We will let the team know to check on the issue with the Sunbreaker bottom tree sometimes does no damage. That is a Reddit link. Let me click this Reddit link.
First time. Okay. We are. Oh gosh, and we are almost 50 shows into this podcast. Episode 48, friends. 48 weeks into doing this show, give or take. 48 episodes in, Respawn has done some research for the show. He has clicked a link and read. He's about. No, okay, true. He has clicked a link and he is about to read some information. And he's about to actually look into something in this game. You heard it here first. It is truly a Christmas miracle.
Hallelujah. 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 Hallelujah.
Well, I was going to, but since you've hyped it up, now I'm not gonna.
Okay, well, see, we can just do it next time then. So there's still time. It's a first time for everything.
Or it could be his New Year's resolution.
Yeah, to click a link.
Yeah.
I promise at some point this year I will click a link in regards to the show. Wow.
Although to be fair, you should click this link. Respawn. You really should click this one.
I'm looking at it. That's a big ass Reddit thread for me to. I actually did. I did click it after I said I wasn't. Shut up. That's a lot of people complaining about it though. Let's see.
It also says Eververse flashing icon is still there.
Yeah. Yeah, I do see that, but it's like, they've already addressed that. Wait, didn't we address that? Yeah, I think I watched the swap accidentally. Saint not showing up in the tower currently is not a bug. We knew that. That was also in a thing that I read or watched somewhere.
Did we know that though? Did you go save Saint 14 and then immediately go to the tower and be like, I have a cookie for you. Where are you? Why aren't you here?
Yeah, and he's not there. Yeah.
Because that's what I did. So he's there now, and as of you hearing this recording, he's there. But when you save him, he's not actually there, and it's very sad because you just want to go talk to him.
You just wanted to butt heads. I know you.
Yeah, I wanted to show up dressed just like him.
See, okay, so he headbutt a kill to death, something that us as Guardians have never done. But we've killed gods. So who's really the better Guardian, us or Saint 14?
His kill count's way higher, though.
Is it, though? Because he killed a lobby of Thrall before succumbing to his wounds, right?
He fought his way through how many timelines and how many Vex murders? There are a lot. I don't know how many, but there's got to be a lot in there.
Okay, you might be right, but so have we, right?
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not trying to have a competition with Saint 14 because I'll be honest, and
You'll lose.
know this is being recorded and it's going to be clipped, and I get this, but Saint 14 is honestly a baller ass Titan. I respect the hell out of Saint 14, right? I just wish more Titans were like Saint 14 instead of this hodgepodge of punchy bits that they've all become over time, and it's just they just don't have the same flair as he does. You know what I mean? Yeah, he went around punching things and had button kills and this and that and the other, but he did it with flair. He did it with style, right?
If the game would let me pick up a dead Vex and use it to headbutt another Vex to death, I would be so there.
Mm-hmm.
I'm there. Bungie, make this a thing.
Okay. Anyway, so Saint 14, I like Saint 14. I know he's a Titan, but I still dig it. He's a pretty baller. Cosmo can give the feedback to the team that players would like to see if their reports against cheaters did something. The only issue is that doing the work to build that feature would take away from work being done to combat cheating or something else we want to implement in the game. It would definitely be nice to have, but hard to justify prioritizing. We will give feedback that some players aren't enjoying the obelisk bounties. Meaning what? I don't mind them. What are people not enjoying about them?
Getting 100 fractal line in this exact example, 100 fractal line things for killing 125 Cabal with precision bow kills.
I don't see the problem with that. What's wrong with killing Cabal with bow kills? They got big
it's
heads.
not, but there's a lot of it, and the reward for it is the same thing as like playing a Crucible match or playing a Gambit match. It's a lot of work for not a lot of reward. It seems yeah. I mean, like, it's not that hard to get done. It just takes a lot of time, and especially if you're playing, if you're time limited, you're going to go, okay, I've got an hour to play today. Am I going to go shoot Cabal in the head with a bow for an hour, or go do something else?
They have taken a while. I'll give you that. These bounties, while I've been farming for these weapons, I haven't really gone very far in the storyline because these bounties just take up so much time. So yeah, I can get on board with that. Yeah.
Yeah, I think there's need to be balanced a bit better. Like the get 200 or 180 kills with a scout rifle in groups of 3. Now, granted, it gives you 3 kills for each 3 people you kill, but it's still you're competing against other players. You basically have to go find like Firebase Hades or something, or a Lost Sector, or your own Nightfall, where you're not then competing with other people to get those kills for things, especially if it's the scout rifle one or your precision bow kills. It's like there's so many of these bounties where you're trying to compete against other guardians for the specific thing you're trying to get done, which has always been a problem and will continue to be a problem.
Yeah, no, I can totally get behind that. There was something I was going to say, but you kept talking and I lost my train of thought. I guess it doesn't matter. Damage has said that they've got a bug filed for Polaris Lance, and the team is investigating for potential causes. Until it's resolved, we have to wait for the detonation to occur before firing your next shot. Warlock changes are coming next season, but far too early to give specifics. There's a Reddit thread. Help Dylan with seasonal mod cost discrepancies. Here, it's a link to something.
Yeah, so when people are going to buy mods or apply certain mods, sometimes it's 500 glimmer, sometimes it's 5,000 glimmer. It seems to be there's a discrepancy. It's not not applying the same all the time. So he's asking people to say, hey, if you're seeing this, take a screenshot, send them a clip of what you're seeing it on, so they can try to get to the bottom of this.
I don't think I've noticed that. Have you guys noticed it on Xbox? Is it on an Xbox, or is it like a?
I mean, it's totally intermittent. It's intermittent. It's sometimes when you're going to put a mod on, it's 500 like it should be. Sometimes it's 5,000. So that's where they're trying to figure out why, where, who, what it's coming from.
Gotcha.
So he's looking for help on that.
Finisher training robot occasionally killing guardians is a bug that's under investigation. That was hysterical when I saw that in the video too.
Why fix that? That sounds amazing.
Right. Sorry, excuse me. Yeah, no, that was hilarious. He went to headbutt the little thing using Saint 14's ability and just died. I was like, what?
Skynet has taken over. You have to beat Skynet. That's the rules.
Anyway,
if you can't beat the training robot, you're not ready for the game yet.
Obelisk even went live. Twitter link. I guess that means something to somebody.
Someone complaining that they updated the credits before the EDZ Obelisk issue was found, and they're saying the credits were done way before the Obelisk. It's not like they updated the credits in lieu of fixing the Obelisk on the EDZ.
Gotcha. All right.
Whiner's gonna whine, basically.
If you're hitting issues with field of view settings, highly recommend posting a thread to the help forum. There's a link here. Include PC information, screenshots, and video if possible. It'll help them narrow this down. Team is also investigating issues with the EDZ Obelisk. That's the one that you already spoke about. Not talking about it again. Moving on.
You're not going to tell them about the current workarounds?
We already have. About that.
Yeah, I already mentioned all of those.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
Yeah, now who's not paying attention to their own podcast that they're on? Podcast. Paying attention to podcast things.
Yeah, but you have to tell people over and over and over and over and over.
No, we do not.
So they know.
No. Nope, not gonna do it. Can't make me.
Jinsa. Do you want to tell them about the little thing from Jinsa?
Treat with caution.
Treat it with caution, but 2.7.0.0 added the 2 new text strings with a hashtag ID, both saying Trials of Osiris. Not Trials of the 9, guys. Trials of Osiris. Let me say that again. Osiris, not the 9. Osiris.
Osiris. But it's okay. You'll go to play Trials of the 9, and he won't talk to you or give you bounties for it or let you in. For the first 4 times, you have to keep going back to him 3 weeks in a row, and eventually,
yeah.
I also saw that somebody, I want to say it was Nearest on Twitter, but someone also posted a screenshot. I'll see if I can find it for the show notes of looking under his, the C14's pigeon ship. There's a big Trials icon on the floor under it going, hey guys, is Bungie dropping us hints? Is he going to be the new Trials vendor?
Yeah, there was.
Why would 14 be a Trials vendor?
Well, I heard on another podcast.
Especially when it's called Trials of Osiris, and Osiris is in the game now.
Osiris is broken. He doesn't want to talk to you.
No, but it's just a string of text. It's just maybe a placeholder, and they'll change the name to whatever it is later on. I was listening to another podcast. I can't remember which one it was, and they were saying that they think that Saint 14 will be the new vendor just because of some of the lines that he's shouting in that final mission this week. It sounds very reminiscent of you getting kills in Crucible. That maybe possibly he's the new vendor for it.
Yeah, and I did find, and it was actually Say No to Rage posted on Twitter. I'll put it in the show notes for all you fine folks. There's the big Osiris eye under the ship, and then there's an Osiris banner sort of hanging up in the rafters there that he posts screenshots of. So I was just saying, look what's hiding under his ship, and the banner's beside him. So even if it's not Saint 14, maybe it's a thing coming back. We'll see.
Saying that, should we move on to spoilers for the next couple of weeks? It may not be next week. It may be the week after or the week after that. That possibly...
Or the week after that or the week after that. Or
possibly
3 years from now.
Once we've saved him and he returns to the tower. So we'll put spoiler things in the show notes.
What do you mean once we've saved him? He's saved.
Some people might not have saved him yet.
Some people need to get on it. The greatest Titan has returned, and I don't know what they're waiting for.
There might be new light players that come in at Christmas that haven't saved him yet. So once you've saved him, and you've gone down to the tower and seen the floating shotgun, and then he actually does appear next to his floating shotgun, that's where he'll be, down in the hangar. He will have a quest for you to help him learn about the years that have passed. So this involves you going off and doing what you normally do in the game: Gambit, Crucible, Vanguard strikes, and it'll all kind of build to a point where you've actually completed it, and he'll give you a new gift, which is a book in technical terms of giving you more bounties to achieve. So he'll then give you other stuff, hopefully in the game for the rest of this season. And he also at some point will get a new quest step to build a tower obelisk. And this is from Osiris to Saint 14. But guess what? It's broken. And you've got to go off and do some stuff.
So not broken in that it, like the EDZ obelisk is broken in that it needs to be repaired, broken.
Possibly both versions.
Possibly both versions.
The objectives for this are crucial Cabal components, crucial Fallen components, and crucial Vex components. And once you've repaired the obelisk, it will give you access to the perfect Paradox shotgun. So you'll be able to pick up that weapon frame to then farm over and over again. Trophy Hunter, which is the sniper rifle, and Pyroclastic Flow, which is the rocket launcher, and it will generate polarized fractaline as well. And also, I'm not sure if it's going to be part of this quest or another bit of a added on quest. Also in the database, when Saint 14 does return, he'll ask you to place a tribute. So this isn't going to be placed in the tribute hall on the Leviathan. No. This apparently is going to be put in the hangar in his position where he is. So maybe this is after he's gone, or maybe it's as he's leaving. You've got to then do steps to actually, before you can place this banner, you have to go and defeat enemies on Titan in honor of the colonists who once lived there. Then the next step, you have to go to Nessus, kill 100 enemies, and complete public events and patrols. And then also you have to repeat that and do that on the EDZ. And then you get your tribute to place. And that's it. That's end of spoilers that we know as so far. There's a few more things out there at the moment, but they're not going to come up in the next week or so. So we won't go through them. Peroty, would you like to tell people about the Bungie rewards that are back?
The Bungie rewards are back. And that I went to go look at the other night, actually. You can have your very own Saint 14 helmet, complete with, the dented side of where he head bashed the Baron to death, and, scrapes and scratches from all the Vex trying to claw at him. It's beautiful. And see, I was trying to think this through because I was trying to pitch this to my wife as saying, hey, honey, I would like this for Christmas. It's a wonderful thing to have. And the best part is you can save $777,000 on it. But I don't think that's going to fly because it is about $90. It's $89.99. And I'm curious how, I don't know how physically big it is. It says like a third size. So I'm like a third of quote unquote, his actual helmet in real life, or like a third of the size of what exactly?
Could a small child fit it on its head?
I don't know. I'm also not sure it's hollow because I think it actually comes on like a little stand. Like it's a little, like a replica on a stand. It's not I did have that same thought, as I also have access to a small child. And was like, you know what, this would be kind of amazing if this was a thing that, you could have your very own Saint 14. But yeah, no, I don't think you can, which is very disappointing. And this is the first Bungie thing that I've really, really looked at going, I could have it. It could live in my house. It would be amazing. There's a lot of things that I sort of look at going, yeah, that's kind of cool. But this is the first one where I'm really going, that's really good. But yeah, I don't, yeah, because it's sort of like it's his helmet, then it has a little, neck, for lack of a better word, coming out of it, and a little stand that it sits on. So it says, Helm of Saint 14, third scale replica. So I don't know, it says, the full resolution details of no third scale replica. Third scale of what exactly?
Could it be hollowed out to make a small child fit it?
I don't think so.
What is with you and small children, dude?
I just want to put it on a small child and let them run around the house.
He has a lot of small children around.
He's got an unhealthy obsession or something, man. Should I be concerned? Should we call somebody?
My daughter would love to wear that.
Yeah, he has a lot of small children. What of it? He has a collection. You got to use them for something.
Yeah.
So it does say the helm.
Just put them on the shelf and make their heads bobble all day.
Exactly. See, it's all metal. It'll be fine. So it does say the helmet is the same scale as the previous Bungie reward replica weapons, which helps me none at all. Oh wait, there we go. None. Look at me failing to read. So your helmet dimensions are about 5. It's about 5 inches by 5 inches by 2 inches, and then your dimensions with base is about 7 by 5.5 by 3. So it has a base. No, you can't put it on a small child. And there are the dimensions right there in the description. I just didn't scroll down enough to see last night. But still, I want it. I want it because it's beautiful. And there's also, similarly, as we talked about Eververse working, there is a ornament in the Eververse right now that I'm waiting for it to come up as Bright Dust for the Helm of Saint 14 that gives you the dented side and the scratches. And I need to own it. And these are the things I have to have, Bungie. All the rest of the crap, who cares? These are the things I need in my life. All the Saint 14 things.
Well, speaking about Eververse and the Bright Dust and the rotation of things to come, let's move on to tips, tricks, and guides, because Cheese Forever has an Eververse Dawning Breakdown where he goes through week for week what's going to come up. So this might be something you're interested in if you want to see what comes up next week or the week after that, and save that Bright Dust or use your silver. So I believe this is from like a Reddit link, or the guy that's done all the Eververse data mining has kind of put it together, and Cheese does a nice little video for you to watch to see what's coming up. So that'll keep you interested there. And as we are here, we might as well go through the amount. I've got so many Cheese Forever videos for you guys to check out this week.
Everyone, go to YouTube, look up Cheese Forever, subscribe, hit the little bell. His videos are short. They're to the point. They will tell you everything you need to know. You don't have to listen to him trying to sell you things other than how to have a better time in Destiny. Just go do it. And now
Speaking of which, it would
we'll
also
tell you
help us
15
a lot
reasons
because
why.
we don't have to have all of these links here every week, because a lot of these.
Well, no, some people might just want to click the 1 or 2 links.
Mm-hmm. He's still going to read all the links, and the links are still going to be here because we have to make our show 3 hours by demand.
Yes.
The people require it.
So, in the sundial, there is a point where you have to pick up balls and dunk them in little holes in the thing, the Cabal and the Vex. Cheese has got a lovely ball duplication cheese, so you only have to pick up one and then go and dunk it in the 3 dunking places. There's a video for that. Elemental finisher bug. Now, he's not sure about whether this is an actual bug or whether it's actually intentional, but some of the finishers come with elements that do elemental damage or on a kill. So the headbutting one that you can do for Saint 14 is a void style finisher, and it will give you void kills on the final blow. And there's another one that he shows you in the video, which is a warlock one that does a solar final blow and gives you solar kills. So it doesn't matter whether you've got an arc subclass or you've got the solar subclass. If you've got like the void headbutt, it will still count as a void headbutt. So that, it's interesting to look at. He also has a chilled to the bone, a debuff cheese, and this is if you want to just mess about in the tower. Go and watch that one. They've also found another handy little bug with I can't remember what the name of it is. The new grenade launcher. Do you guys remember what the new grenade launcher is called?
Yes, in fact, I wanted to talk about that. You're talking about the Martyr's Retribution, right?
Yes, that's
Yes.
it. So this new grenade launcher, Chi shows you in his video that you can shoot a grenade at the tank, and the tank will bug out and literally fall down underneath the map and die. You can do this in several missions. It's quite fun. Although I don't believe he shows you doing it in the forges, where you get the spider tank to drop in. But apparently there's a hidden ground underneath it, so it'll only go down so far and won't actually die. But it is a bit of fun.
Have you guys farmed for that yet?
Not yet, no.
You really do need to get it. It took me so long to get the role where it has demolitionist and auto loading holster, and it will change your life in PvP and PvE. You need to get it before time's up, dude. Like honestly.
Okay.
Honestly.
It's a baby dragon's breath.
It's so good. Yeah,
It's a lot of fun.
Even though it won't outright kill a guardian from full health, it'll leave them with a sliver of health, so you can swap to your primary and finish them off. It's so good.
Yeah, we had a video pointing it out last week. I know.
Whatever.
I know. I'll get there at some point. So there's also an infinite charge light damage exploit where you have to go in and out of different areas and do different things with your armor, but you can have infinite charged light, so it gives you extra damage. Cheese has got a video for you for that. There's also a point in the Dawning that you have to deliver a cookie to Riven. You've done this one, haven't you, Peroty?
I sure have. We came down with a fire team of 9, or just 4 of us, and got it to work.
Okay, so Cheese has got a solo Riven Dawning Triumph cookie delivery video for you, so you can watch that and see how that's done. He's also got you a Dawning Essence farming. So this is basically the AFK farming that you can do in the forges. So if you follow the steps in the video, if you're not 100% sure how to do this, just follow the steps and you'll be laughing. And he also has another video for you for Lead for Gold exploit. So this is the new perks that's on some of the new weapons that you can get. And it basically gives you unlimited ammo for your specials and your heavies. It's a fantastic exploit. Go and try that one out. Then we have the infinite ammo for shotguns and Telesto.
I'm done with shotguns. Don't Telesto. Telesto is broken again. Telesto will be broken forever.
No, but I thought you wanted to talk about the Telesto broken thing.
Oh, just that it is again, always, forever. Telesto will never be fixed. Telesto is the true end boss of Destiny. To be honest, I haven't used my Telesto in a while because I've been grinding for all the ritual weapons. Sorry. I had ritual weapons to grind. I have all the ritual weapons now, so now I can care about other things.
Okay, then. Don't tell people about that. You go and watch that, people. Peroty will tell you about the Infinite Sentinel super bug, because I know you've tried this one.
I have. So you just need to put the Doomfang Pauldrons on, because it's just giving you stupid amounts of super back on melee kills, on the shield bash. It doesn't matter what you do, you're just getting super back. So you can basically, it's like you're a bottom tree striker titan with a shield now. you can just run around Gambit strikes, any sort of, enemy rich area, and just keep your super forever. I ran around on the rig of Titan for a while this morning, just murdering people to get my 100 kills for this 814 bounty. That's all I have to do. Just put the Doomfang Pauldrons on, and it just gives you dumb amounts of super back. It's great.
Nice. So, Asdacross has got a couple of videos that I've picked out for you this week. He has one on the Jack Queen King 3 farm and God Roll guide for that. So that's the hand cannon that's returned from the season of I can't remember what it's the season of Osiris thingy.
Yeah, it was one of those Osiris weapons we had to craft, create, put the boats into the machine for. I can't remember what it was called, but yeah.
But now you can have a lot of different rolls on it, and there are a couple of good god rolls that are out there. It's a 150 archetype hand cannon in the energy slot, shoots arc. So if this is one that you're kind of looking for, he does say that it was a good one as long as you could learn the recoil on it, and for consoles anyway, it's a good one to actually use. He also has one on the cold front, which is the new SMG that you can get in the kinetic slot. And he compares it to the Huckleberry and the Antiope. So if this is one that you're kind of looking for to replace your Hard Truth, which is also the kinetic one, it's got about the same recoil. I think it's got one more stat than that from the Hard Truth, and that's a pretty good submachine gun. So have a look at that. He's got a God Roll guide for that. Then he's got one for the Patron of Lost Causes, and this one is the Scout Rifle. And it's comparable to the Night Watch that you could get from Gambit and Gambit Prime and the Reckoning. And it's a 200 RPM weapon, and it has some really good rolls on it. And he goes through a couple of those with it. Then we have Fallout Plays. I found a really good video that he's done. And I believe Cool Guy's done a very similar video as well on the Gallant Charge. And this is the fusion rifle that's come out of the Saint 14 lot that you can farm and try and get, and he goes over a God Roll guide for that. And this is the solar version of an Erentil, and he goes over and compares, stat for stat, what it measures up against the Erentil, and it's practically the same. Whereas with this weapon, you can get 100% recoil on it, whereas the Erentil you can't. And there's a couple of other good things that you can get with the barrel rolls on this one mainly for console players, basically. He says that this is a really good gun for console players. Although it's still good on PC, it's a good one for just the recoil, basically, and it'll do some damage and put out some good work for you in PvP. Mtash has a really good funny video this week. His 007 Hunter build, so this might be one for you, Respawn. He uses the new breech light sidearm.
Yeah.
And he pairs it with the Bombardiers and a couple of other things in his loadout. I think it's 100 mobility, and he's wrecking shop in Crucible, and it's a good fun build. So, it might be worth having a watch if you're interested in just having a bit of fun and pretending to be James Bond this season.
Yeah, but it's more than just a bit of fun. The fact that it was actually as legitimate as it was really the surprising part. I thought it was just going to be one of those YouTube videos, hey, look at this, it's funny kind of thing. But he was actually winning with his build, and that's what's really funny about it.
He is a good player as well.
That's true.
He is a very good player.
I mean, you do have to play differently when you have this build, but if you can adapt your play style to the kind of run in and dodge out style that he was doing, you can make it just as effective.
A couple more videos from Plunder the Booty this week. He has a PvP Golden Gun Hunter build, and this is with the 6th Coyote and Bad Juju, and he goes over. There's a lot again with his videos. He goes in depth with numbers, and there's a lot of moving parts to it. So it's worth a watch. It's a very, very good build video if you want to use the new bottom tree hunter build with the throwing knife. So go and check that one out. The other video that he's got this week is the insane one-hit hammer build for the Titans, and this is using the Worm God's Caress for your melees. It gives you extra damage on your melees. The Solar Plexes, which is the new mod on the artifact, which gives you extra damage on melee solar kills, and the Monte Carlo. So all paired together with the new middle tree with the throwing hammer and things, he's putting out a hell of a lot of damage. I think he goes to the Lost Sector on Titan, with Greg the ogre's sitting there, and I think he one hits that ogre and kills it after building up these stacks of killing a couple of few minions. One hits the ogre. It's fantastic.
It is really satisfying. I think when it was Fallout when he talked about his Titan changes, saying if you can get your stacks of roaring flames, is that the right one?
Yeah,
I think if you get like your roaring flames like up to 3 times, your hammer becomes like a one-hit kill in Crucible as well. And I've been able to pull it off like once or twice, not with this particular build, just like after a super, or if you get a couple people get a double down with the sweet business or something, you can go and just take that throwing hammer and get that one-hit kill with just sort of finish someone off. It's satisfying when you can pull it off. It's not by any means a thing I'm going to go to, but it is satisfying. I haven't tried in PvE yet. I'll have to try that build. That seems like fun because I'm really enjoying that new. After not touching Sunbreakers forever, I'm enjoying the new Burning Maul changes. I haven't really, and the bottom tree, other than the not doing damage sometimes. Apparently, I'm enjoying the new bottom tree build with making sunspots everywhere.
Yeah, I think it really does help with the new mods, and you have to unlock the last column on the artifact, so that's something you're going to have to kind of work towards.
Yeah, I'm not quite there yet.
No, I'm not yet.
Close.
So. Planet Destiny has a transponder locations for the Saint 14 Quest Part 2. So if this is one you're kind of hunting for those hidden transponders, they've got a video out for that. I'm showing you exactly where to go. Fallout Plays has finally put out his All Warlock subclass changes and gameplay that he was meant to have put out last week. So I'll include it in the links this week. So that's a good worth watch if you want to have a look at all the subclass changes. And finally, Jarv has an All the Dawning Recipes and Dawning 2019 Complete Guide. So even if you are an experienced guardian that completed all the recipes last year, yes, they do show up again for you. But the additional ones you will have to go and do now. So he has a guide for completing those. And that was it for my guides this week.
I'm going to add one more guide and have just for a quick little mini discussion. So Dado put out a video on the, our Season of Dawn mods even good. Have you guys played with the Season of Dawn mods at all? Have you put them on any of the new armor or played with any of the, the charged light things or anything?
No.
Because I'll be honest, I haven't at all. I've completely ignored it and just gone, it's a thing. I'm sure it could be useful, but no. I don't know if it's just apathy or too much content, too much bugs, but I've just completely ignored it.
I think it was going back to what I said last week, that the seasons move too fast for me. There's a lot of stuff that you have to do, and a short period of time to get a triumphs done and things done. And yes, I do some of the builds and I have a bit of fun with like some of the PvP, some of the PvE things, but I haven't had a chance to even look at. I didn't even have a look in depth at last season's nightmare, but you could go and do the nightmare hunts and get all those different mods to drop. You could do all those ones for the raid, but again, still did. I don't think I'd even kind of. I think the only ones that I actually did look at was when we did the Leviathan, and you could put the mods on those to increase your damage and things like that, because there was a lot more time spent doing that raid. And I know you can get those ones like for the Last Wish with doing more damage and things like that, but because you have limited amount of time and things like that, it's just I don't get time, to be honest. But it is something I want to look at. That's me anyway.
Yeah. What about you, Respawn? Have you played with the new armor or the new Charge with Light mods at all this season?
No, I haven't used the new armor mods at all. I'm still excited about the hand grenade recharge rate and melee recharge rate being on the same mod now for the artifact. So I'm playing around with that. But I haven't even touched. I've bought them. I've bought all of the ones from one obelisk and some of the ones from another obelisk, but I haven't used them. I haven't felt the need to. They didn't seem not game breaking, but
there was nothing there where you said this will really help. Here's my play style. Like the oppressive dark stuff was last season. Oh, hey, I can just make my void grenade better. Just something real simple. And because it's, I think maybe because it's tied to the particular armor, and it's like I don't want to grind out a new armor set and upgrade it and put mods into it. And I'm almost feeling overwhelmed with mods too. I think like if it was something I could just like unlock a thing on the artifact and just sort of have it, or just say, hey, like all of my void armor now has this perk. But just having increasing the mod pool up and up and up, I feel like it's just too much mod pool and not enough. I don't know. Hard to keep track of it all. Hard to remember what my options are put in, and I don't know. I wish there was a better way to do it in game, but I don't know.
Like
or
maybe
my own,
the price
or my own laziness.
So you're saying that we need to check out this Datto video?
I mean, not so much. I'm just saying it's worth checking out in that. Hey, he goes over what, because I honestly hadn't even really paid attention to what they are, and his conclusion is sort of the same thing of, these are fine, but it's not anything that's going to completely change your life. Okay. I just thought it was, because I honestly had kind of forgotten these were even in the game. Like I knew they were there. I'm like, oh, this charged with light things, and I've completely ignored it. So I was just curious if I was the only one who had completely ignored the stuff, or if I was just the lazy outlier, like I tend to be.
Well, I didn't ignore them. I bought them. I just haven't used them.
I think
I'll put you in my pocket and leave you there.
I think if they're mods that are going to stick around for the next couple of seasons, and if they're mods that will improve a build, so you can like go in one phase dual and Kara, things like that. When somebody puts a video together of a build that I could use such a mod in, then I kind of pay attention to it and go, I need to do that.
Yeah, and I think that's the other thing too is, are all these obelisks going to disappear at the end of the season? Is this all part of the seasonal content that goes away? In which case,
I want to say, yeah.
Why invest the time and effort into it if it's all gone?
Because like they said before, you can't keep everything in the game all the time.
Fair enough.
It's got to be on a rotation.
Yeah. Which I believe I'm perfectly happy with. Yeah, because I'm perfectly happy with them cycling now. I wish they would slow down the pace of the game, because clearly they can't keep up with the content with all the bugs and issues.
Well, that's because all the damn YouTubers that complete everything in 24 hours. It's like, oh, well, I've completed everything. Oh, now Bungie sucks. We don't have enough content. Like, whoa, Speed Demon, you need to chill, bro. Take a break.
Yeah.
Let's talk about Speed Demon, shall we? How many of the ritual weapons have you got, Peroty?
We've already covered that this week. I have all 3 of them because
Respawn, how many do you have?
I have no life.
0.
Okay, good, Scrubs. Come on.
No, I don't have any either.
I've almost got the sidearm. I just need
Mr. I take my time has got all the ritual weapons this week.
Right.
Honestly, you know why I have them all? Because
you have time on your hands this week.
Well, I have time on my hands, and the grinds for them are not nearly what they used to be.
No.
The buzzard, the ritual sidearm, takes about 8 strikes. That's it. That's all there is. You're not running 40 strikes. You're not have to get in 20,000 points. Now, the emblem is, points and a bunch of other stuff, which I haven't finished yet. But yeah, the weapon itself, 8. The arbalist kills, 125 arbalist kills and whatever headshots. But if you've got the 125 arbalist kills, you're there. Yeah, it takes a while, but it's not going to take you. Even if you're getting 2 or 3 kills a game, you'll get there eventually. It's not forever. The longest thing was
one of the people that have been
500
giving people nightmares. By the way,
why is that?
You didn't hear God, what, I can't remember what YouTube video it was, but they're talking about how people are hearing the arbalest charge up in their dreams, and
yeah. I saw it was funny before I even touched it. I saw, because to be honest with you, I forgot the arbalest existed in the game. And I was sitting here thinking, I was like, what am I going to use as a linear fusion rifle? And I saw, I think it was either Kimmy Cakes or Fallout put out a tweet saying, here's what Crucible is right now, and just played a clip of the arbalest charging up. That was it. I was like, now we've gotten it. I'm terrible at the arbalest, but again,
it's not. I mean, you hear it charging up all the time, but it's not that hard to avoid at all.
No,
as soon as you hear a charge, you juke left or right or dodge or whatever, right?
Well,
and then you don't get hit.
You juke left or right or dodge. We attempt to jump out of the way and still get our toe off and kills us. But yeah, same thing.
Oh yeah, that's the thing.
Titans and Warlocks can't juke jive and wail out of the way.
Warlocks can. Well, with the blink,
So,
they
yeah.
can kind of.
No, they can't blink now.
Yeah, that's why I said kind of.
Not currently, yeah. Yeah, I mean, the longest grind on that was the shotgun. And honestly, with the Lord of Wolves catalyst dropping, I played with the Lord of Wolves, and then it ruined all of my... I got through my 500 shotgun kills without getting my 125 close range shotgun kills done. The Lord of... I got 500 kills, and I was like, oh, I still need like 80 short range kills to go. Whoops. So I Kells and I had a good time with that. But yeah, so yeah, pro tip, if you're trying to get that done, don't use the Lord of Wolves for the whole thing. I got the catalyst done, but didn't get the bounty done. What was that?
Did you just say don't use the werewolf for the whole thing?
Don't use the Lord of Wolves for the whole thing.
I thought you said, I don't know why I thought you said werewolf.
Or be closer.
Yeah, don't use the werewolf either.
Yeah, don't use the werewolf. That definitely won't help you. Yeah, but really, they've shortened the grinds on those ritual weapons ridiculously this season, and I really appreciate that because that's something I try to set out and do. I've ignored the Crucible stuff in the past, and even then, now that I have all these going, I'm not sure. The Buzzard hits like a freaking Mack truck, but I don't know if the shotgun I haven't used enough from Gambit to know if it's worth it, and another linear fusion rifle, it's fine, but again, I don't think it's a thing I'm going to go to. But it's, it's sort of that collector mentality to a point. But just the grinds have been so much shorter, and I appreciate that because some of those weapon grinds are just soul crushing. So I really like the Vanguard one.
Right.
The Vanguard one particularly. I'm glad they were like, run 8 strikes and you're done. They made it very quick and short to get through. Because after last season, oh my god, I never want to think about that again.
Yes, but there's still a triumph for this season that you have to do 25 Nightfalls. So get on that one, Scrub.
Yeah. Oh, I'm part of the way through that one. I'm trying to dish them out each week and doing a couple here and there, so I'm not running 23 in the last week of this season.
I thrive under the pressure of that.
Indeed, and yeah. So, and I just wanted to also mention the Osmosis perk because that's becoming my new favorite perk in the game. It finally gives us the way.
Changes your elemental type, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it finally gives us a way to have a kinetic weapon with a perk on it, but you don't have to collect 3 of them, one of each type. So yeah, so the Osmosis perk, yeah, the way it works is you whatever subclass you're running, you throw a grenade, and then until you stow that weapon now takes on whatever the element of your subclass is. And it's definitely on
or reloaded. Are you sure it's just stowed?
I'm pretty sure it's just stowed, but let me check. Because I was pulling up my list of which weapons do I currently have that has it. Let's see.
So that'd be good for like Nightfalls when you need like the Rainbow Burn.
Yeah, the Rainbow Burn, or you're just trying to get weapon kills with something, and you're not trying to keep your heavy or your special ammo up sometimes. Or Nightfalls especially though. Let's see, Osmosis. To match your subclass until you stow it. So yeah, you can reload it to your heart's content. You just can't swap weapons. And even if you do swap weapons, just throw another grenade. Yeah, so currently, and the reason I mentioned it, it's on the Buzzard sidearm. So again, run your 8 strikes. You'll get your Buzzard sidearm. And I don't know if these are on all the rolls, because I'm lazy and didn't actually look this up. But I have it on the Buzzard sidearm. The Cold Front SMG, they hand you out at dawning. And then the Patron of Lost Causes scout rifle that comes from one of the obelisks. So I assume it rolls on more things than that, but that's what the 3 I have them on. And I'm just appreciating having the that perk on things to give my kinetic weapons a burn without having to have 3 of them, one of each type, which is super obnoxious.
All right. Can we close this up? Because I gotta tame a baby and pick up puppers.
We have 2 more hours to go. I don't know what you're talking about.
Okay. Well, Cody, we'll get to your question next week when Respawn has time. And
no. We can just do a closing now. Y'all can keep going. I need to go.
He wants your response.
Cody wants your initial reaction. So read Cody's question real quickly.
All right.
Cody says, I really enjoy your nerf choices. So this week's question is, what do you think that you want to see from future seasons? And P.S. You'll get that freaking 1,000 voices. Hang in there, fellow hunter. So it's to you. It's to you, Respawn.
I don't see that anywhere. Where was that at? Email question. I have email question, but it's not.
Yeah, and
I'm
I've just
gonna-
read it to
You
you.
read it to
I'm
me.
going to
Okay,
guess
gotcha.
it was in the email. So you had to listen
Okay.
to the words and then respond to the
Sorry,
words you heard.
I was reading and not listening. Say again. I heard everything up until the. I only heard the last part. Sorry. I
Okay,
didn't-
question 1. Do you have your 1,000 voices?
No.
Question 2. Have you run the raid at all since the last time we spoke on the podcast?
Yes.
How many times?
I think only 3. 1 on each character.
Okay, so still over 3. Good.
Yeah.
And then,
What do you want to
wanna-
see from future seasons?
I mean, I
That's
can
a-
answer that
That's
one.
a really open-ended question. What in regards to what?
He wants to see a bow catalyst. Done. Goodbye.
Yeah, I want to see all. I want to see all of the bow catalysts. Every exotic bow needs to have a catalyst. One of each. Give me. I need to have. And I need to want. Gotta have it. But yeah, no. Honestly speaking, we say it as a joke, but the bows do need catalysts. We need something that increases the explosive radius or the reload speed. Not the reload speed. The knock. Damn it! The draw time. Just something. Every bow. Every exotic bow needs a catalyst to go with it. It's ridiculous that they're being racist against bows, and I'll not stand for it anymore.
Like the bows are a race now.
I think this is like a Christmas wish list. So, for my Christmas wish list for future seasons, I'd like to see the drop rates increased for 1,000 voices and anarchy.
I mean, it'd be nice, but
No,
I
but
don't
see,
think
I
that's
think
ever going to happen.
No, I think seriously, 10%. Come on, just a little bit more, and it'll entice a few more people to go in there.
It is a little ridiculous, that you have some people that go in. I mean, look, if all things being equal here, right? All things being equal, it needs to be such that a quest line, right? Hey, you go in here, you do X, Y, and Z, and
No.
if you complete the raid-
I don't think it should be a quest line. I think it should just be a drop rate that's increased.
But like 40%, 50%. Like
it would have to
or-
be increased a
or-
great deal for me to get it at this
right,
point.
or at least take it so like it's a like this. Elmer responded. She said someone had tweeted you or talked to you, said, "Oh hey, you've run it's a 10% chance you run it 10 times. You're definitely gonna get it. Do it as a punch out card. Do it as something. Say okay, well it's 10%, but then like each time you run it, maybe your percentage doubles. Like so maybe run the raid 15 times and you're guaranteed to get it at least once something. So you don't have people running it 40, 50, 60 times and never, ever getting it. Like eventually say, hey, if you've run it this number of times,
demoralized. And for me,
Right.
it is the curse, right? We joke about it, but I've done raids. I've done every raid at least once in my Destiny career. Some of them many, many times. And I have yet to get the raid specific exotic from any raid. Ever.
your
No,
hunter is
don't-
cursed. You need
don't-
to stop running on your hunter and pick a warlock or something. My warlock gets all the good drops. That's how it works. I understand this.
Yeah, mine does
My-
as well.
Yeah, my Titan, just like like the Monarch and Yotos were random drops. Titan could not get them. I'd
Yeah,
run
but-
like
but
one
even
run with a warlock. He'd be
that,
like, "Oh,
though,
here you go, warlock. Have these fancy new weapons."
But even for that though, because I do it once on each subclass and it still doesn't work. So even that is it's not just my hunter, it's my
You're
account.
just
It's
cursed.
me.
You clearly have
It needs
angered the
me.
Bungie gods. Luke
Man.
Smith says, "No, he shall not have these."
I'm
You're on
Yeah,
Luke Smith's
can-
naughty list.
Peroty, what would you like to see from future seasons?
Mhm.
I would like to see the new alien race, the bow, be introduced into the game and take over an entire planet of bows running around. And you have to fight them back, and
Yeah, but they don't. I guarantee
Oh,
they
oh,
all
they
have
absolutely
exotic
would. But
freaking
see,
cattle.
they're all ranged weapons, so you're getting close and you're fine.
But that's just it. They're all the catalyst. They're not actually bows. They're all just
Yeah.
exotic
Yeah,
catalysts. I can never
seriously
have.
though, I would like to see
Yeah.
Bungie not wrap up a storyline, but at least remember that they have storylines. Because as excited as I am to run through the Saint 14 storyline, and I'm saved him, and I love the dialogue, and I love the character and the whole thing, I'm also going, in like March when this season ends, he may be a vendor still, but it's to be like, oh yeah, he's here. Well, whatever happened to him, we don't care anymore. Like all the other characters that have been written out of the story, basically, and we've forgotten about. I would just like to see, if not full closure, just remember that you have some story threads going and at least eventually wrap them up. Do something with them. Like we have these characters.
Yeah, I mean, we got Aldrin that needs to be the new Vanguard hunter.
Right, like we've that gonna come apparently they're trying to interview for a new hunter position and just cannot find a hunter that's qualified anywhere. Whereas we have a glut of Titans. I mean, I just want to see Say 14 take over for Zavala. Say, Zavala, you've done some good work, but the new Vanguard Titan is here. This is what I'm.
Thank God, dude. Yes. You know what? Forget Bow Catalyst. Get rid of Zavala for Saint 14. That's my new wish list.
Just make Titans vendors for everything.
God, I hate that blue. I really do, man. I really do hate Zavala in an unhealthy way.
But yeah, just a little story, that goes somewhere, because you just can't be invested in any of this because it just doesn't go anywhere ever. You built an entire Stargate behind Ikora. The next day, what did Ikora? Don't even mention it. Like they, noisy cricketed her from Men in Black. It's just like
even there.
Gone.
Noisy cricket. They noisy cricketed her. They
blew
her away with a
handheld
gun.
What was the thing from Men in Black where they wiped her? They just walked us through her. They were just like, Ikora, look over here. Huh? What?
They don't neuralize you. They just eviscerate you on an atomic level.
Good point. She's a guardian. Right? She'll respond. It's fine. Blow her away. Move the. Be like, Ghost. Give me like 2 minutes to have these guys. Disassemble this Stargate. Okay, good. Now we can put her back, and nothing ever happened. But yeah, like you built an entire gate behind her, and I was why? Other than employing unemployed people from the city, why do it?
Job creation? Are you bringing job creation into the Destiny universe?
Is this for the RTS spinoff that's going to come? Okay, you have to rebuild the last city. Destiny is now an RTS game.
What makes me laugh is it took them 3 or 4 weeks to put that thing together. 2 seconds to take it down.
Gone in a heartbeat. Yep.
It's like somebody just went zzz, zzz, and cut it, and it just fell off the edge of the tower.
Amanda just grabbed a couple chains, just tied it to a ship and was just like, all right, pull. There it goes, done. Yeah, it's just like you put all this work into this. You had to do the artwork and the animation and to make this thing and to build it week over week over week. For what? We didn't even use the thing. It's just there. Like it's a beautiful piece. I enjoyed watching them build it and jumping around on it. But why? Like why? It's just like again the giant Vex dude whose sole job is to get jumped on by the Cabal guy at the end of the strike. That's his whole job. He even had a name. Do you remember what his name is? No, you don't, because his entire point in life was to die.
Wow.
I mean,
that's a little deep.
You did all this work on this for nothing. It blows my mind sometimes. Why?
I don't know. But you brought up a point earlier about how now Saint 14's hanging out. So now we have 2 Warlocks, we have 2 Titans, and no Hunter Vanguard.
Because no hunters can do the job, clearly. They've been interviewing for weeks, and all they're getting is terrible candidates. There has to be some hunter out there. Is Anna busy? Can she come back from Mars and go hang out in the tower now?
But the thing about it is she didn't win the Vanguard bet. Aldrin did. So Aldrin has to be the new hunter Vanguard. He won the bet.
If they ever bring him back.
Apparently, in some of the lore cards for, I think it was on a ship. I can't believe which podcast it was on. Another one I was listening to. It's in some of the new lore that's dropped with this season. He is hanging around somewhere, and he's just kind of hiding himself. He's not 100% sure what's happening and what's going on.
Well, he's been reincarnated with no memories, and everyone is about to hate him.
Just like the rest of us. So, hanging around, not knowing what's going on.
In the card, it says, some Guardians are sneering at him and some Guardians are kind of, consoling him, but he's not 100% sure what's going on. So, it was quite interesting to hear.
Well, he should read the lore, and then he would know. Someone get that man a book.
Yes.
Obviously.
So, should we bring our Christmas cheery episode to an end?
I suppose we shall. And with that, thank you for joining us, good people of the internet. Your Titans, as always, are Peroty and Night Demon. Your Hunter, who should apply for the Hunter Vanguard job, as no one responds in real life.
I tried.
You can email the show at twotitansandahunter@hotmail.com. You can find the show on Twitter at twotitans_hunter. You can find the show on Facebook, Instagram, and again, send us email. Ask us questions. We'll answer them. You can join the Frozen Clan at join.frozen.party. We have sandwiches. They're half-eaten, but they're still good. You can find your favorite Guardian on Xbox Live or PC. You can watch the show on YouTube, listen to the show on Apple Podcasts, Google Play, Spotify, and wherever fine podcasts are sold. Please, Guardians, contribute to the GoFundMe for the EDZ Obelisk and get it the care it needs so badly. And send cookies to your loved ones. Now, Guardians, tell us, who are you sending cookies to this holiday season?
Respawn.
Yes, Respawn. All to Respawn.
Please send Respawn
Yes,
all your
all
cookies
of the cookies.
at...
No, but to all those out there, wait, hold on. When is Christmas? Oh yeah, this is going to be the last podcast. before
December
Christmas.
25th,
Yeah. I meant like how many
without
days?
fail.
I had to figure out which day I'm on.
5 days from now as we record.
5 days from now. Yeah. So this is the last one before Christmas. All right.
Yes.
But hold up. Before we do that, and before we commit this to recording, how many people are we going to offend that apparently don't like the word Christmas?
No one cares about those people. The
I
war on Christmas
agree.
rages on, and Christmas is winning. Christmas has already won the war on Christmas. Someone says there's a war on Christmas, you're apparently just not paying attention to how the war is going. The war effort is good. Christmas is fine. Christmas does not need allies coming to its aid.
But I mean, if that's the case, hold on. If that's the case, then why stop there? I mean, because if it's quote unquote birth based on the birth of Jesus Christ, which it isn't, because Jesus was born in April, why don't we just change it to April then?
Now you're going to start offending people because
But it's Jesus Christ as the person was born in April. Christmas itself is a pagan holiday. It's not his birthday. It's a common misnomer.
this is a
What?
Destiny podcast. Let's just get back to Destiny.
We wish you a Merry Christmas.
Man.
We wish you a Merry Christmas. We wish you a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year.
Good tidings to bring to you and your spawn. Good Christmas for the people and Happy New something years. Yes.